Ladies, I know you plan to get married, but while waiting for a man to give you his name, get plugged into your maker, for he alone knows your identity. For the journey to healing is the gap between who you are and who you were born to be.
You are a representation of something ancient. You are a word made flesh. Because the harvest is full, but the laborers are few.
Now, if you were at a crossroad, November, if you witnessed dawn in December, and if you did enjoy the spark in January, journeying through the mirage of love in February, we celebrated the Sonoras in March, and sure got educated in April. And tonight is going to be explosive.
And so now, to officially begin with the single performances, I would like for us to help me make welcome for a powerful spoken word performance this evening.
We come, we live, survive from hand to mouth, and then we disappear like we were never here. What a strange world. A world that teaches survival before identity. A world so good at distracting people from themselves. See, this world will welcome you with both hands. Gives you what you want. Gives what you need. Because here, so many of us have inherited survival so deeply that we no longer know how to dream without guilt. We walk in light here too blind to see, cause darkness to us seems light. Stand when they tell us to stand. Sit when they tell us to sit. Think what they approve of us, and we call it freedom. Children are memorize survival before they memorize dreams. Because here, truth alone does not set free, action does. But then what use is the truth to you if it doesn't push you towards righting the wrongs? And guess what? We do what we can do best. Complain from dawn to dusk, but complaints are needless when action is required. See, so many of us here wait for permission to become what we already know we should be. But I am here to remind you that you are a word made flesh. The solution your community and this generation needs, and perhaps nowhere is this awakening more needed than here. Because the harvest is full, but the laborers are few. May we all rise up to fix what is fixable. Pray over the unfixable. May our uniqueness not only be seen on our faces and in our fingerprints, let it be seen in the way we speak, in the things we do, in the way we act. Let it be known that you are a representation of something ancient. Because we all did not choose to be here, but we can choose what to make out of this place. May we all ask not just ordinary, but real cautious of minds strong enough to handle answers. May we not chase bread when we should be chasing knowledge. May we not feed the stomach and leave our minds empty, because a full stomach can still carry an empty mind. So I leave you with this question. What use is the truth to you if it doesn't push you towards righting the wrong? What use is the truth to us if all it ever does is to produce a generation of complainers? Miyaka.
Ladies, I know you plan to get married, but while waiting for a man to give you his name, get plugged into your maker, for he alone knows your identity. You see, ladies, every woman needs deliverance. We need deliverance from the so many lies society has told us about who we are, and every woman needs healing. We need healing from the damage that these lies have caused us, and so I pray for myself and for every woman under the sound of my voice that we will be humble enough to acknowledge that we don't know who we are, bold enough to choose to fix ourselves, and especially patient enough so we can heal from our identity crisis. I come today to speak to every woman in the battle of identity. Take on your healing journey, woman. For the journey to healing is the gap between who you are and who you were born to be. Selah.
A boy is born with a burden placed in his tiny hands before he learns to write his name. Be strong. Do not cry. A man must suffer in silence. And so the boy child grows like a tree during Harmattan. drying quietly from the inside. He is taught that tears are weakness, that softness is shame, that love must hide behind anger and pain behind pride. In Cameroon, he walks through the street where survival is manhood, carrying expectation behind his back like firewood, provide, protect, endure even when his own heart is breaking. How many boys here suffer because no one taught them to speak their storm? How many? How many boys here wear laughter like borrowed clothes while depression sleeps in their chest? The old narrative says the boy must never beg. A boy must fight. A boy must dominate. A boy must become iron, forgetting sometimes iron roasts in silence. The old story raised many fathers who were wounded. And sometimes wounded fathers raise wounded sons. But listen, a new narrative is rising. Someone tell the boy, tell the man sitting beside you that tears are welcome here. Tell them that tears are welcome here. Because a boy can be gentle and still be strong. A boy can cry without losing his manhood. A boy can ask for help without becoming less. Dear Cameroonian son, you can write yourself differently. Break the inheritance of toxic strength. Break the inheritance of silence. Teach the boy child that masculinity is not violence. That respect for women does not reduce him, and it does not make him become less of a man. And when the world asks you, a real man cries. Tell the world the real man feels. He heals. He overcomes. He grows, because a boy was never born to become a machine or a robot. He was born human. And the girl child, a girl is born. Before she learns her own dreams, the world begins preparing her for someone else's son. Come and learn how to cook. Sit like a woman. Lower your voice. And so the girl child grows not as a child discovering herself, but as a future wife in training. In many African homes, in Cameroon, a girl can barely make fire before she is taught to serve a husband she has never met. Cook properly. Wash properly. Do not answer back. Respect men. Do not sit when men are standing. Do not talk when men are talking. A girl is taught to carry plates before her books, to master submission before self-respect, to fear unhappiness more than shame. She is raised carefully to become wife material, quiet, patient, enduring, a woman who swallows pain politely and calls it respect. We learn early that talking too much is dangerous, and sometimes intelligence must hide to her, protects a man's ego. I was told a real woman tolerates. She stays quiet. She sacrifices. She stays quiet even when her spirit is broken, even when her voice is trembling inside her chest. The old story raised women who survived life but never truly lived it. Teach the girl child to cook because survival is important. Teach her respect, but also teach her that respect must be returned to her. Teach her she is human first before tradition gives her titles. Teach her that marriage is not the highest proof of humanhood. And when the world asks the girl child, who will marry a woman like you? Tell the world, the real question is, will I marry a life that forces me to abandon myself? A girl can lead and still be loving. A girl can talk and still be respectful. A girl is human, and every human being deserves the freedom, the right to write their own story. Dear child, dear boy, dear girl, I say this to you, death is not the greatest loss. The greatest loss is what dies in us while we still live.